since it was a holiday and there was very few staff there. Terrorists took it over. They were collecting weapons and shooting at people on the streets. A fierce gun battle ensued between special forces that came here and used a procedure known as a pressure cooker in the IDF when it was bombarded with RPGs and shoulder-held missiles, etc. But the police station was fortified and did not cave in. A bulldozer was brought in to try to demolish it, and it was still too fortified. Attack helicopters were brought in, and the police station. Eventually, a tank was brought in. It shot at the police station, which went up in fire. The terrorists eventually were eliminated, but this was a fierce battle with I don't know the exact number, but over 20 people killed from special forces and police. Okay, special forces and police. Okay, they told me to leave. Now they are tearing it down, and yes, this was one of the focal points of Saturday's violence. So Saturday's violence here in Sderot, adding that to the dozens of people who were slaughtered simply walking the streets of Sderot.
The station that was destroyed where terrorists hold up. We're trying to show you the visuals. It's something we are unable to even get a network here, but yes, we have been seeing the visuals where there are police officials here. See, they've been trying to get it operate, and there are senior police officials who have also reached to the location. I'll just try to pan my camera and just show you the visuals where the police officials have been taking the stock of the situation. But yes, in a few minutes later, earlier, where we saw that there were rockets that was fired from the Gaza Strip, and here the visuals that we have been witnessing at this point. Police officials who have reached to the location, and they have been looking into the situation. They are trying to look into, and the siren here is also being continuously, as we can hear. But this is the police station where we have been reporting from, where the terrorists were pulled up.
Well, in fact, while we stay with these visuals, we'll stay full frame with the visuals coming in from Sderot, which is closer to Gaza border. And what we'll do over the next couple of minutes, take our viewers through what really happened on Saturday and why Sderot is so very crucial at this point in time. Ladies and gentlemen, on the day when the attack began, the infiltration started also from places like Sderot. In fact, there were 2 jeeps that were used by Hamas terrorists, machine gun mounted jeeps that entered Sderot. Remember, they indiscriminately started firing in residential areas. In fact, those visuals that have been accessed by Republic TV, we've gone through them, spoken to the locals on the ground to piece together what really happened. In fact, we'll also go across to Yeshaya in a short while from now. He's there at Sderot. It is here where 2 trucks filled with Hamas terrorists entered Sderot. This was on Saturday morning. Roughly about 9 to 10 terrorists entered, and there was an intense gun battle exchanged between the Hamas terrorists and the police there. Let's also put out that reporter Alisha Nair. This, ladies and gentlemen, was demolished using these bulldozers by the Israeli authorities because they suspected Hamas terrorists could be inside.
There are police officials here. See, they've been trying to get it operate, and there are senior police officials who have also reached to the location. I'll just try to pan my camera and just show you the visuals where the police officials have been taking the stock of the situation. But yes, in a few minutes later, earlier, where we saw that there were rockets that was fired from the Gaza Strip, and here the visuals that we have been witnessing at this point.
The missile came from the south, like many others, 4,000 that came right now from the Gaza Strip. This one was actually hitting us. We could not intercept it. Usually we do intercept missiles, but this one we could not. So it came from the south, which is the back of this building. It shaved the edge of the building. You see the 5th floor. And then it fell just here on a car, and the car exploded. From this explosion, you could see that this building was shaken, and also the one in front of it. Both of them, there are no windows anymore, everything is smashed. This building now is declared unsafe for residents, but I think they will reinforce it. Same happened at this building. You see there are no windows anymore because the car exploded here. Just the morning after, the cars were taken out. There were like 7 or 8 cars that were damaged. They were all taken out. The street was restored. The shops were closed. They put guards to protect the property. And that's it. We are very resilient.
We are with the Consul General of Israel for South India, Tammy Ben-Haim. Thank you. And I know, it's a very difficult scenario for you right now with the ongoing war as well. And our prayers are with Israel and even our condolences for those who have lost their loved ones too. But first and foremost now, it's been over 48 hours since this attack happened. What's it like on the ground and what's the scenario?
The scenario is very bad. It's very bad, and I'll talk about it. But first, thank you very much for your wishes. We're going through a horrible, horrible terrorist attack. I think all of Israel is in shock. And, we're talking about over 700 people who have been killed, 2,832 people who have been injured, dozens of people who have been taken hostage. And Israel is a small country. We're 10 million people. So you have to be aware that every single family in Israel is personally touched by this horrific tragedy, by this horrific terror attack. Everybody knows somebody, who lives in the South or, suffered these very harsh consequences. And we're still dealing with it. You asked for what the situation on the ground was. The situation on the ground is that there is still fighting going on between our armed forces, the Israeli Defense Forces, the IDF, and the terrorists. They are still in some of the villages and small towns in the south, and fighting is still going on. We will, of course, keep fighting until all of them are neutralized, until quiet returns. First, quiet returns to this area, and then security returns to this area. And the next step would be to see how we can get the hostages out of Gaza.
Tammy, now looking at the entire scenario as well, we have been seeing that the Israeli Prime Minister Benjamin Netanyahu has always been somebody who pushes for peace. He's always approached the Middle East with that helping hand, lending a helping hand as well. But somewhere, do you think that these peace talks have not gone in the way which Israel was looking for? Because despite all that Israel has done for the Middle East, we see this unprovoked attack on Israel. It's not happening for the first time. We have seen that even in the past as well. We saw it in 2021. But 2023, the Prime Minister was forced to declare this as an act of war.
Yeah, this is, we are at war at the moment, and it's the first time for many years we've done it. You're right. In previous operations, there were operations that were strategic, that were smaller, that were very targeted. This is a full out war with a number of casualties, with a number of people injured. And talking about the peace process, Israel, for all its life, for all of the 75 years of our existence, we've always said that we will reach out for peace. And any country or any regime that wants to have peace with Israel, we will do it. And as you said yourself, we have been, true to our word. And just 3 years ago, also in September, we made the Abraham Accords. We made peace with the UAE, with Bahrain, with Morocco. We're in talks with Saudi Arabia. But this is an independent and a vertical, and it's good for us. It's good for the region. It's good for the countries who are doing, because this is the way we should be in peace with our neighbors. But this is a terror organization. Hamas is a terror organization that for years has been, supplied and funded and trained by Iranian forces. And Hamas has a goal, and they're not shy about it. They're saying their goal is to destroy Israel. And this is a horrific and heartbreaking example of it. But they're doing what they're set out to do. They're a terrorist organization. It's independent of the other governments and other peoples that we're doing peace with. I'm assuming their intention is to try to hurt it. I don't think they will achieve that goal. But it's not a government.
Tammy, looking at the scenario out there now, what is the sort of offensive measures or the countermeasures which are being taken by Israel? And also, if you could delve into the operation codenamed Iron Swords, not the technicalities, of course, but in general, what are the sort of measures that are being?
So as I said, first and foremost, we're working on the grounds. Our forces are on the ground fighting the terrorists that are still within the borders of Israel. I'll just mention that we found one terror tunnel, that the terrorists used to enter Israel from. So it's a good thing that we found it, but it's just horrendous to think that this is how some of them came. And in the meantime, while we're doing this, our Air Force is bombing strategic locations and command posts of the Hamas terror organization within Gaza. We have warned people and the civilians who live in Gaza, who are being held basically by their terrorist regime. Many have evacuated and left the area, and we are doing our level best to target these command centers and supply areas of the Hamas in Gaza.
All I can say, all I can speak about is my sorrow for my people, for my country, for my friends that only went for a peace festival. It was a peace festival. It was Nova Festival. It was pure trance music. The Indian people know what trance means. It's a place for freedom, love, quiet, like free your mind. And in that same place, so many people were brutally murdered, burned alive, raped, slaughtered. It's crazy. Like the human brain can't understand this. And just the videos and the pictures we see all time, it's like it's the third or fourth day. I don't even remember. Like we're all in. It's the fourth day of all of this. We're 24/7 connected to our phones. We get updates from what's happening, pictures, insane videos of what's happening there. Women, kids, babies, bodies in this size, laying there around. I can't express the shock.
The missile came from the south, like many others, 4,000 that came right now from the Gaza Strip. This one was actually hitting us. We could not intercept it. Usually we do intercept missiles, but this one we could not. So it came from the south, which is the back of this building. It shaved the edge of the building. You see the 5th floor. And then it fell just here on a car, and the car exploded. From this explosion, you could see that this building was shaken, and also the one in front of it. Both of them, there are no windows anymore. Everything is smashed. This building now is declared unsafe for residents, but I think they will reinforce it. Same happened at this building. You see, there are no windows anymore because the car exploded here. Just the morning after, the cars were taken out. There were like 7 or 8 cars that were damaged. They were all taken out. The street was restored. The shops were closed. They put guards to protect the property. And that's it. We are very resilient.
It's now 3:25 a.m. here in Sderot. The flares are lighting up the night over Gaza. The smoke is visible even on a cloudy night and a rainy night like tonight, one of the first rains of the winter. Wave after wave of airplanes is coming over Gaza, delivering their payroll for at least an hour now, if not more. The army has said that the rate of delivery of bombs tonight is 5 times that was delivered in Beirut in the second Lebanon War of 2005. This is serious. Airplanes are mainly attacking the upper class neighborhoods where Hamas leadership lives, symbols of Hamas sovereignty.